What's going on YouTube? This is Louis Other Way Your Kicks channel, back again with another video for you guys. And today we're just going to be talking about the list that the SNKRS app put out as their top 10 for the year. And I believe a lot of this obviously has got to be based on the analytics and how they saw people move there within the app. You know, at this time of year, everyone's putting out their list, and shout out to everybody who's checked out my video. I didn't try to rank any shoes in mine. I just basically wanted to talk about my favorite sneakers that I picked up this year. Shout out to everybody who's checked it out, and if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and show your boy some love on that video. In any case, guys, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, man, we're here to talk about the top 10 that SNKRS app themselves put out. Appreciate you guys being here. Smash that like button for your boy. So at number 10, we have the Jumpman Jack Travis Scott Bright Cactus. Now, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the Jumpman Jacks. Granted, I know resale-wise, trade bait-wise, it's a great shoe to go after. You know, it's a Travis Scott, so that part doesn't surprise me. It's just, I don't think this necessarily is the greatest colorway that they put out there, but hey, the data shows what it shows. At number 9, we have the Kobe 6 Protro Sails. I really like this shoe. I love the Protro 6 silhouette. I think it's my favorite Kobe silhouette that they have, and I love the detail of the stars that are on the shoe. I think it's dope. I took an L on it trying to go for it, as probably a lot of you out there did, but shout out to those people who were able to cop that shoe. At number 8, the Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers. I definitely tried for this shoe. I believe I went a couple raffles I put in for it as well, besides trying to go for it on SNKRS app. L, once again, as I usually get on most of the Kobe drops that I go for. That's nothing new for me, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to you guys if you were able to cop on there. And did you pick up any of the Dodger apparel? I think it was like a full like catcher's safety equipment, you know, shin guards, chest protector. I think there were like batting gloves and all that to go along with it as well. Next up here at number 7, the Air Foamposite 1 Galaxies. Now, listen, I'm sure a lot of you know that Galaxies don't necessarily hit the same way for the entire community as it used to, but there's definitely a decent segment of people out there that obviously love the Galaxy foam, well, the Foamposites in itself, and then the Galaxy Foamposite. The Galaxy Foamposite colorway is definitely, I think, a fan favorite and probably the top Foamposite that they've ever put out. That being said, to be number 7 on the list, I thought maybe it would be a little higher on here, especially with looking at what else is here and what's in the top 5. There's a shoe on the top 5 that actually surprised me here, but in any case, number 6, Air Jordan 5 Black Metallic Reimagined. Now, I'm surprised for sure that this shoe is not in the top 5, especially the reaction the community had in trying to cop this shoe. I mean, essentially it was the gamma effect before the gammas, and you guys know what I'm talking about. The way people were out there in droves trying to find it. Fights unfortunately were happening, but for this to only be at number 6 out of 10, I'm very surprised by that, and let me know down in the comment section if you are as well. At number 5, the Air Jordan 12 Flu Games. This definitely shocked me. This shocked me that the Flu Games are here. Listen, not because I don't love the Flu Games, I do. With everything else that released this year, that the Flu Games are not only at number 5, but they also topped the Black Metallic Reimagined and the Galaxy Foamposites. To be honest with you, if I was to do this list, I would think maybe if the Flu Games were to be on here, they would be at number 9 and everything, you know, would move up essentially. That being said, hey, the data shows what it shows. Next up, number 4, the Kobe 8 Protro What Does. I'm surprised by this just because, you know, I'm unfortunately looking at it through biased eyes, because I'm not necessarily a big fan of this particular Kobe silhouette. I don't necessarily like the Kobe 8 silhouette. I'm more of a Kobe 6 Protro fan, to be honest with you. But that being said, though, the what the concept that they did to these is really nice, really dope. I like the way they came out. I was just surprised that they made it this high, but hey, it is what it is. Next up at number 3, we have the Air Jordan 4 Black Cast, the shoes that released for Black Friday. Not necessarily surprised by this at all. I think a lot of the bigger names in sneakers were pretty much surprised by the way that these moved and the community responded to them. I know a lot of people were saying that they thought the Black Cat 4s were gonna kind of sit around, kind of like the original, well, not necessarily, well, yeah, the original pair, right, from 2020 did, but hey, the community showed up and showed out and said that, yeah, we don't care what you guys have to say out here in, you know, sneaker social media. We like what we like and we going out the cop. At number 2, Air Jordan 4, Nigel Brick by Bricks. I'm just surprised that they are not necessarily number 1 in a sense. Kind of surprised. Just because, you know, the Nigel 4s, for all intents and purposes, were seen as the sneaker of the year of 2025, hands down, and no one thought anything out there was going to be able to overtake them until they dropped these, the Gamma 11s. And I refer to the Gamma 11s as the back in time 11s, because honestly, we went back 10 to 15 years to how sneakers used to be, when people used to go out there and essentially stampede over one another to try to cop shoes. I mean, you guys as the sneaker community showed up and showed out in such a way for this shoe, and with the amount of pairs that they put out there, it's surprising how a lot of people were not able to still cop, okay? Now, will there be a restock on them at some point? I think so. Everyone assumes there's going to be a restock just because you've seen it before, but as of right now, there's essentially nothing as far as restocks are concerned. Overall though, with this list, it's a solid list for a couple pairs on there that I personally didn't necessarily think would be there, but hey, it's a solid list. It just goes to show the data obviously tells the truth versus what your own opinions are. But let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about the SNKRS App top 10 list and what they show as far as the community and what they gravitated to the most here in 2025. And let me know down in the comment section below, based on what we know that's coming out here in 2026 so far, what you think may make 2026's top 10. In any case, this is Louis, Other Way Your Kicks channel, reminding you to be true, stay in the moment, and don't forget, every day is a great day to wear your kicks.